This is Hannibal here with a quick recap of the WWE Backlash press conference from France. They had the largest gate in WWE arena history as far as actual money made. I mean, they called it a sellout at 11,628 fans. That was they were going to call it at whatever the setup was. I mean, if you go online, the arena says it holds 16,000. So the only thing that amazes me about it is $3 million for 11,628 fans. This is Wrestling is not something that your average person can go to anymore with ticket prices that high. Good for them that they're making so much money, though. Apparently, it was so loud that they were having problems hearing each other in gorilla position, and the wrestlers were having problems hearing each other doing in-ring promos over not only SmackDown the night before, but the pay-per-view. Obviously, that was the first pay-per-view in France, not a place where WWE goes often, so it's rare, and the fans were really excited. Triple H did mention that they're going to be doing more international shows, pay-per-views, the upcoming one in Scotland. There's one coming up, I believe, from Germany. Toronto, if you want to consider that international, although they have a long history in Toronto. Then, of course, he mentioned that they had a house show in Italy this week that did really well, so they're probably going to be doing more there. The O2 Arena in London a couple weeks ago had amazing crowd too. So one interesting thing that I would say for Tony Khan, maybe he should. I don't know what their viewership is in Europe and international places, but with how small their crowds have been in the US and Canada lately, although they do have a decent pre-sale in Vancouver for their debut there, maybe they should look at going more international places too. As far as Drew Gulak's release, Triple H said his contract expired. He was not released. He kind of glossed over questions if his contract not being renewed had anything to do with Ronda Rousey. He said they release people all the time. You can't just keep hiring people and not release them. Let's face it, Drew Gulak was never an over wrestler. Most people that casually follow WWE like me could not even tell you any anything about him other than there's two things I remember about him. He was released a couple years ago and rehired back, and then this Ronda Rousey thing. Oh, and three, he also was involved in training Logan Paul. That's about it. Triple H also mentioned the London mayor who's been talking about bringing WrestleMania to London, was reelected to last night now. I guess we've crossed over into Sunday. Uh, Apparently, WrestleMania is officially going to Las Vegas for the first time since 1993, April 19th and 20th. Of course, 93 was the famous Caesar Palace one with Brutus, Beefcake, and Hogan against Money Inc. and Hart against Yokozuna in the main event, which Hogan ended up beating Hart after in a match. Or sorry, Hogan ended up beating Yokozuna after Bret Hart lost to Yokozuna. And that's going to be at Allegiant Stadium this time, home of Las Vegas Raiders of the NFL. They did SummerSlam there in 2021. It's a collaboration between WWE and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. There was rumors it was going to be in Minnesota, but obviously they got a better deal with WWE. Yeah, Europe is ready for WrestleMania. There's definitely, I mean, we've seen wrestling so much here that they're definitely going to do better going to European places. Although WWE has had some good crowds here. Their sellout streak has for TV tapings has been broken for about a month now. But obviously they're doing great business. I mean, again, at one point, I'm happy for them that they're making so much money, a gain of over $3 million for 11,000 people in an arena, but like at one point it's just it's sad. I don't think I would have liked wrestling if I was a kid now. I think I would have been more of an MMA fan. It didn't exist when I was a kid. But if I did like wrestling, I never would have been able to afford wrestling tickets because my parents were not wrestling fans. I used to have to buy them with my allowance. So wrestling is becoming, I mean, obviously for shows here, you're still going to be able to get 20 or $30 tickets for the bleachers because no one's going to pay those outrageous prices for your average TV taping and house show in Canada and the US. For special ones, yes, but yeah, it's just it's crazy the inflation of ticket prices. The inflation of ticket prices these days is worse than inflation of gas. Let's face the facts there. But good for them that they're making so much money. I'm not hating on them for that. I'm just saying it's sad that it costs so much money to go see stuff now, and your average person, from like middle class to lower middle class families with ticket prices that crazy high would not be able to go.